Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My knuckles, y'all. Welcome if this is your first time here. If this is your first time and you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's do all that stuff. I got one of these heads from Dollar Tree. One of these heads. It's a skull. Um, and I just wanna jazz her up a little bit. Oh, I hate that there is a hole right there. So it's just like it's the exact same thing as the regular plastic skulls, except it's flocked. I actually have a regular plastic skull in the other room for something else. Should have grabbed that, but I didn't, so use your imagination. I'm gonna cut that off. I'm gonna pull that out, and I already have scraped the bottom of it. Luckily, we're not gonna see that. All right, so what I want to do is, you know, give this a little pizzazz. This is really crappy flocking on here, and it's missing teeth. It's just like me. So I want to fill the eyes with stones, and probably the nose, and maybe just like some little accents over here, just kind of accentuate everything. So it's like a bougie skeleton. So I have, I don't know what color these are, and they don't have them on the bottom. These are just glass rhinestones. They're not Swarovski. Um, I don't think that's necessary. Also, you can't buy them anymore. So normally I would like pick from here. I'm overdoing that. I do that so much when I'm doing other things. So I'm just gonna. I know I want some of these big ones. Let's get these medium ones. And do I want to go any smaller than that? I'll kind of leave these separated, but they're going to get all mixed up, and that's fine. Okay, maybe we won't use those because I can't get them open. Is this the same size? Okay. Yeah, that should be enough. Hopefully. These are just from Amazon. I bought these for doing ornaments, but I use the little tiny ones to do nails, and I don't really use the big ones, so I'm glad I'll be able to use the big ones for this. I'm using B7000. If you're like, hey, what is that? What happened to E6000? This is like the Chinese knockoff of E6000. I like it because it has a precision tip. It comes in this big bottle. This is 3.7 ounces, so basically four. It comes in this big bottle. It's got the tiny tip, but most importantly, it has this little deal on the cap. So I tried to do this on another video. It goes right back in there so you never get like clogged up. My last thing I have here is a little rhinestone picker upper deal. It's just a little, this is to move the rhinestones around. This is wax to pick them up. And it unscrews, and I think I'm just gonna replace this with a nice pointy one to make things a little easy. So that's what they look like when they're brand new. And it just screws in. I like rhinestone pickers because all of this trying to pick stuff up and put it down, that's not for me. So I'm gonna put these over here. I'm gonna bring this in. I'm gonna adjust the camera. And when you're covering a big area like this, I'm just gonna put some glue in here. Scrape off the flocking, okay? You don't really need to scrape off the flocking. And I'm just gonna come in, and sometimes these are like harder to pick up because they're bigger. I already have flocking on here. Okay. Wow, that stone was a lot bigger than I thought it was. And all we're doing is filling in, alternating the stone sizes. And if you need to move them around, there you go. I have a couple of little trays that I work from that make it easier to flip these stones over. if you have a problem with that, you can get, like, if you're diamond painting, you know, those things that hold the, what are they called, like drills? You can, I want some smaller ones too. And I'm not worried about these getting mixed up. So if they do, they do. We'll survive. The only thing I don't like about this is, see, it leaks. So be prepared for that. I usually try to set mine up somewhere, but if not, just don't let it leak on something you're gonna want to use. And I want to work a little quickly here. I want to put another big one over here. These big ones are really big, but I'm so not used to using the big stones. I feel like they're huge, but they're really not. That's too stuck together. Can y'all separate them? And if you're doing this, there's a lot of like shaking, whatever you have these on to get them to flip the right side up. You see, I want this one too. I'm gonna move that over and sneak a little one. See this gap right here? Sneak one in. And right now I'm just trying to get them on. I mean, you have a little bit of working time with this. All right, so that's where we're at. I'm just gonna come in here and am I too close? Oh, just get those kind of clustered together. I'm gonna let that set for a little bit while I move on to the next eye. I'm gonna try to not scrape all the flocking off this time. And you could be like as detailed as you wanted to. Like I could imagine like getting one of these skulls and or maybe finding a nicer skull that doesn't have a hole in the chin and doing like a Day of the Dead thing all with crystals. That would be pretty. I'm gonna stick two of these in here right away. We really went ham with the glue on this one. And when you're working with actual glass rhinestones, you want to make sure you don't get a lot of glue on the front of the stone because it'll smooth it out, and the facets are what makes it sparkly. What is this? A random stone that wasn't invited to the gig. How are you guys doing? I'm well. A lot of people were asking about my mom and business and everything. So while I stone, you know, if you don't want to watch this part, you can skip ahead. I'm trying. There's like a. I'm trying to. What is this? Like the occipital bone here. I'm trying to make sure I keep my stones all within that area. So, my mom's good. Still working at the Walmart. There was like a 30-person fight there the other day. She said, everybody in the damn store ran over there. I said, did you run over there? She said, I am not getting shot. And I said, well, that's, probably a good thing. She was like, no, I was just watching and everybody in the, all the employees ran over there. All the customers ran over there. A bunch of people got arrested. She living a Walmart life. And business is, he's bad. I had to put up another fence before my fence because if you've been around the channel for any length of time, you know my struggles with the neighbors behind me and the dog, their dog. Um, he hurt himself. Business, my dog. I don't really like. I won't watch a movie or read a book where something happens to the dog, and that dog next door. I'm just like, I don't care what happens to that dog, and it's a real dog. Um, I do care because it's not the dog's fault, but business hurt himself because he was jumping up against the fence because the dog was, beating on the other side of the fence, and he um he hurt his back, and it was buku money. I thought, I was like, he's because he was crying like every time I tried to, like yelping every time I tried to touch him, and I had to take him to my mom's house, and I was just like, I don't know, because of course it was the middle of the damn night that I realized something was wrong. Um, and I had to take him to the vet, and I brought him to my mom's house the night before, and I was like, something's wrong with him, like his stomach's really hard. I said, I don't know if he ate something, and um, like he ate something, and it's he's got like some kind of intestinal blockage or what. So I brought him over there because I was just like, I can't, we can't bring him to the vet right now. Um, and can he stay here? Because I would have, my anxiety, I can't deal with that. Um, so we brought him to the vet the next morning, and I was like, just does he need surgery? I'm thinking, does he need surgery? Does he need this? Like, is it a tumor? Like, what's because his stomach was like every time I touched him, his stomach was like rock hard. And the vet came in. He's like, he hurt his back, and I was like, wait, what? But he basically said, you know, when you go to pick him up, his stomach is hard because he's like clenching because he knows, oh, it's gonna hurt. Like he's tensed up. So I had to put up a like like the plastic construction fence at like a construction site that stretches. It's about 6 feet from the wooden fence. Looks terrible. Can't access half my yard. But he was on steroids and some pain relievers for a couple of days, and I just I go outside with him. I mean, I'm always outside with him, but now I'm like extra every time I'm usually like outside on the patio and he's in the backyard, but now every time he goes out, I go out with him because even though there is a 4 foot fence, when I tell you this dog is crazy, he's like, you know what? I know that's a 4 foot fence, and I'm a little bitty dog. I'm gonna climb over that thing. So he's gotten over it like once or twice, but I've gotten out there and stopped him. That's I jump over the fence, which I mean I can barely make it over the 4 foot fence, but he's like he can do it because he's I don't know Captain America or something. And yesterday one of the kids was throwing. He was throwing like big businesses outside barking. I was out there too, of course, because I have to babysit my dog in my own backyard to make sure the. All right, see that one moved over. Babysit my dog in my own backyard to make sure the neighbor doesn't try to kill him. And this big piece of wood came flying over the fence, and then like another like big hunk of wood, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So I screamed something that I can't repeat on YouTube because I will get demonetized. But I said, "You're gonna throw blank in my blanking yard, you little blanker." Um, And I said, I'm calling the police. And nothing else got thrown into my yard. And I came inside and I was like, just call the police. But I didn't because, like, I know the kid over there is handicapped. But my thing is, I have a handicapped sister and she knows better. I know plenty of handicapped people, friends whose kids are handicapped and they don't act like that, mostly because they're supervised. I mean, this is not like a kid, like he's in like his 20s. And I've called the cops on him before and the cops are like, "Well, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I do know. Okay? I do know, but this is my house. This is my dog." I want to move so bad, you guys. Like I really thought this year was like the year I was going to be able to make enough money on Etsy and make enough money on YouTube and well, that's kind of fierce, huh? Just make enough to move. And that's not happening since I haven't sold a wreath at all this year. Um, I might have sold one in like January, but I know that's all I sold. And it's disheartening, but whatever. And then when I wasn't able to make videos, I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm stuck here for a little while longer, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be until my landlord something happens to my landlords and their kids are like, "Hey, we're selling the house. You need to move." So yeah, that's all that's really going on with them. I got my mom a Roomba for it was for Mother's Day. Um, it's not an actual Roomba; it's one of the ones on Amazon because she she's got a new phone now. That's a whole nother story that I need like a 4 hour project to do to tell you guys that story. But she doesn't have a she has a phone, but it's like a crappy phone. She's got a new phone now. But I was like, she's not gonna be able to like use this because she has. I'm like, hey, can you download the Fetch app so I can get free points? And she's like, oh, I can't do that on my phone, and she couldn't. So I got her. It's not a smart vacuum. It's like a smart dumb vacuum, and you just press a button and it goes. Pretty much, it doesn't like map the house or do anything. It's not like operated through the phone. And I bought my mom spend. I think it was like 100 and it was over 100. It was like 150 something dollars. Spend all this money to get my mom this vacuum cleaner so she doesn't have to vacuum anymore. And she opens it, and I'm like, let's set it up because I'm like all excited. Like, let's charge it and set it up. I want to see it. I want to see it go. When I tell you she follows this thing around the house to watch it, and I was like, Mom, the whole point is that you like set it and you're done. And she still won't set it to like run every day at 10 o'clock, whatever. And it gets lost sometimes. It doesn't get lost, it gets stuck. Like it just kind of goes around in a circle. Every now and then, y'all wipe off your tip if you're starting to get maybe not on your skin, but just wipe it off if it's starting to get kind of gummy. Yeah, I got her that for Mother's Day, and then I bought her these two concrete urns from this place I don't like shopping at because okay, I live in the South. There is a concrete place that I really like the store. The people are very nice, very helpful. The prices are spectacular. I got her these two urns, these two big concrete urns for like $80. Um, which I went in there like prepared to be like, okay, well, I think how much did I save for my mom for, when I was I'm still saving. I'm just not doing the videos anymore because nobody was watching them. And it was the same thing every month. Like, this is this, this is this, this is this. Um, but yeah, I set aside money because I knew I wanted to get her that. And I love the idea of this place that sells these big concrete pieces for the garden, but they have uh, some things that should not be sold in 2023, regardless of where you live, like lawn jockeys. Which, if it's just a stone lawn jockey, okay. These are like lawn jockeys that are like painted to look like minstrels in blackface with big red lips and stuff, and I'm like, don't know how I feel about that. I went with Michelle one time, and she was like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "You know what that is?" And she's like, "It's like 2021." And I was like, "Yeah, it is, but you know." And it's not like they just had one they were trying to get rid of. Like they had a couple, and I was like, people are buying these. I don't know where they're. I don't know where these people are that are buying them. I could never like, even if I was like, "Ha ha." I don't. I think that's funny. Like I couldn't put that in front of my house. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the one who's like, I don't want like a big, basically a racist effigy in my garden. Maybe it's like a backyard thing for those people, or maybe they have them in their front yard. I don't know. Why are these eye shapes completely different? Oh well. I'm putting $25 worth of stones on a $1.25 plastic skull that's poorly flocked. But can we talk about Dollar Tree Halloween this year? They have the coolest signs. What are these eyes? These eyes might just be two different shapes because I know I'm not. Yeah, I think this eye's like more oval and this one's more round. Oh well, is what it is. Can you like scoot over? No. What was I talking about? I don't know. Y'all, it's Saturday. It's finally starting to cool down. It has been the most like unbearable summer. And I know it's been like that a lot of places, but it's just, oh my God, it's horrible. I asked my mom, I was like, was it like this when you were a kid? She's like, it wasn't like this when you were a kid. It definitely wasn't like this when I was a kid. Just like days and days of over 100 degrees. Like no, it was like weeks. Like every day I would open the weather app and it would be like heat advisory from, it would last from like 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. It was horrible. I said my air has not stopped running. I have a dehumidifier, so like my house feels colder than it actually is. But I mean, I don't even have my thermostat set like super low and it would not stop running. Like it was on like 72 degrees and it would every day it got up to like 78 inside the house. Ugh. These are like super different, but I really think it is the sculpt. Yeah, it's got to be the sculpt. All right, let's work on this nose. And I'm going to go with the smaller crystals in here because it's a. Oh my God, can you guys just like. There we go. I'm also gonna do. I'm gonna do this on like a random day. You know, like not as a. Come on. Not as like in place of my Wednesday videos, but I'm super into like book talk. Not book talk because I don't use. I mean, I have TikTok. I don't understand it, y'all. Call me a boomer. I don't care. I just can't. Like I can watch TikTok. That's fine, but figuring out how to film something. But um, I want to do a reading video where it's just me talking about, like these are the books I read in September. Going through my Goodreads and being like, this is what I read and this is what I thought. Just because I don't know anybody that reads. I don't know anybody that knows how to read. No, I mean, like, I don't know, like, nobody reads the books that I do, that I talk to regularly, which means basically my mom and Michelle don't read the books that I do. So I wanted to just like kind of like a podcast because it's probably just going to be me being like, these are the books I read and this is what I thought. Okay. Come on, rhinestone nostrils. So I went through Goodreads and I sorted business. He's pressed about something, y'all. I went through Goodreads and I sorted my books like these are all the books I read in August. And then people probably look at my reviews because like one review just says September to show like where I start so I could keep track of where I started. Because depending on how you sort them, it doesn't show like, oh, these are, you read this in September, you read this in August. Um, so I had to sort them by when I added them, which is basically when I read them, but it doesn't tell you. Like you have to click on it and look, and I was like, that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, okay, all right. Okay. You know what? Oh my god, let's get it. This is what comes out when I blow my nose. It looks just like that. I think I need. I think I need like a small one right there to kind of. And if you see the camera shaking, it's because my head keeps hitting it. All right, let me put that down for right now. Now, see, this is. I'm gonna come in here and just. If you get a little heat going on this, you can kind of regain your point. I put together a raised garden bed today, and my fingers are killing me, like because I had to like tighten all these little nuts. But if you squeeze the tip of that, you can kind of reshape the tip a little bit. If you squeeze the tip, you can reshape the tip. Yes, they're like I was gonna do a Patreon book club when I had Patreon before I ran away in shame. Um, that's better, I think. Oh, where did that just fall off from? And where did it go? I don't waste a stone. Come here, you're too expensive. I think it went right. Really? Come here. I'm good. A dog is barking loudly outside. But I was gonna do a book club on Patreon, and I didn't. So would you guys like be interested in that? I'm gonna have to like lint roll this thing when I'm done. All right, and for over here, I think I just like, there's like this nice hollow right here. You know, this is what I've read. This is what I think. Have you guys read any of these books? What the hell? Let's talk about it. Okay, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta go in with the glue. Especially with the bigger stones. I bought my first, well, no, not my, I bought my first like in-person Christmas present today for my mom. I was, I went to Home Depot to go get some soil, some raised bed potting mix and some compost and stuff to fill up this raised bed I put together. And I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like doing a little bit of shopping here. Not at Home Depot. So I went to Dollar Tree first because I needed something. I don't know what it was, but it was absolutely necessary that I get it. What was it? What did I get? I got socks, but I always get socks from Dollar Tree. And I got something, like I went there for something specific. Oh, I needed little jewelry boxes because I ordered. See, now this has this like, this side is definitely, yeah, this, like, I'm like, I did something wrong that's not right. This is not symmetrical because this is way deeper over here than it is over here. Yeah, and like, see how indented this is, and then it's not as much over here. So yeah, it wasn't me. I'm still just gonna put some right there. What was I saying? This whole video is like, what was I saying? I went to Big Lots afterwards. First of all, Big Lots completely full of Christmas. It is September 8th. Um, and I said, okay, all right, Big Lots, like, I see you. Like, I respect the hustle, but I don't know. I guess because I haven't put up a tree. I didn't put up a tree last year. I probably won't put up a tree this year. I'm just like, ugh, Christmas. You know, like if I'm not doing it, nobody else should. That kind of thing. But yeah, I found her something at um y'all. Miss B7000 is testing me today. I found her something at Big Lots and I was like, that's cute for mom because I'm not like, every year I don't spend a lot of money on Christmas, but I buy a lot of things. Like just like, I want to buy people, a nice thing, but then I also want them to, have like a couple of things to open on Christmas morning. But this year I'm like, uh, this sister's getting this one's getting this. I'm making something for Michelle since she's the only one who seems to appreciate me making her anything. And I need like a decent gift for my mom, but I don't know what that will be. I think I'm gonna just go. Well, do I want to go anywhere else? Maybe I want to accentuate this crack some. Oh, really? Yeah, I bought my first Christmas present, but I did get two other presents from, they were like, things from Temu. Super cute things that I'm super excited about. I accidentally ordered, it's basically the same thing, but I found it for my mom and I was like, oh, my mom will like that. And then um I found the same thing, but it was better. It looked nicer. So I ordered it, but I forgot to take the other one out. So then when they came, I was like, why do I have two sets of these? Um, so yeah, somebody else is gonna get the other one. And I know what I want to get my sister Jen. Catherine wants gift cards to Home Depot, which y'all know I don't do gift cards, but she's trying to fix up her house and I guess I'll get her a gift card and then figure out something else because I can't just give a gift card. I like how I blow on it thinking it's gonna help it set or something. Can you guys like flip over and work with me here? My body hurts and I want to go lay down. I told my mom like she texted me and she was like home for lunch because that's what she does every day when she comes home from lunch she texts me and then I call her because usually by the time she's off I'm in bed. She's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I don't feel good." I said, like my my arm really hurts and it's making me anxious because of course anytime anything hurts I'm like, oh, it's a heart attack. She's like, "Well, what'd you do when you got home?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I got the mulch, not the mulch, this is not going to plan over here. But I got the dirt out and, I filled up the planter box and she said the planter box you put together today. And I was like, yeah. She's like, and then you came over here and cut my hair. And I was like, yeah. She's like, and you picked up all that soil and then you moved you picked the soil up from Home Depot, put it in your car, took it out of your car, picked it up again and put it in. That's too big. Picked it up again and put it in the bed after you put the bed together this morning. And I was like, okay, maybe I did too much today. And she was like, do you still think you're having a heart attack? I said, well, yeah, but I'm less concerned about it now. I really feel like I need to do something down here, but I don't want to do anything that's like gonna just look like I'm giving him a grill. What do we think? Can we just give him like one? Wait, is that gonna be? I don't want to do the same one on each side. Something just fell off. Y'all, this skeleton is really testing my patience today. Also, y'all almost drove like 40 minutes today to go to the movies, which I don't do movies. Like if I'm gonna watch something, I'm gonna watch it. Like release it on stream. I don't know why we still act like we need movie theaters. Like didn't the whole pandemic fiasco teach us that we don't need to release things in movie theaters? But I wanted to go watch Dante and Aristotle discover secrets of the universe because I love the book so much. And as soon as I was done like reading it, I looked to see like what the I was like, oh, let me make sure like the next book I read is actually the sequel. And the first thing that popped up was a trailer for the movie, and I was like, they're making a movie. And then I was like, wait, they're making. I just read this book just out of nowhere, and then they're making a movie. There's a trailer, and it comes out in like a month. So it came out this week, I think, and we don't have a movie theater here anymore because I don't know, we don't deserve nice things. And it wasn't playing anywhere, like even remotely close. Like it wasn't playing anywhere in the city. It was either like across the river, all the way in Kenner, and I was like, I might. And I told my mom, she's like, "You're really gonna go out there to watch a movie?" And I was like, I kind of want to, but I didn't, and I'm not. I mean, probably won't go into. Probably not going to. Okay, so that is that. Oh, get that teeth back in there. Looking like a Lil Wayne. I think I must have hit these two because none of them are in the right spot. Oh, calm down. Everybody, chill the hell out. All right. So now I have a Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Rhinestone Skull. It's a little lacking, but I think it's because it's up against black. Like you lose so much with so much detail with black, and this is just like he needs to be lint rolled or something. But yeah, there you go. That's cute. And it took up some time, and now I have a video to post on Wednesday. I think it'd be great to like use little bitty stones and cover the whole thing, but I'm not about that life. But you could. I mean, if you were about that life, you definitely could. So that is our finished project. That is us catching up. I don't really do glam Halloween, but it's cute. It's strange how he's not symmetrical because most skulls are. Whatever. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week and look forward to my book book talk book book video at some point. These are yeah, those are dry. Yep. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye, Mrs. Skellington. God, he's so uneven. All right, guys. Bye.